And we are counting down to the start of another program here. We're in Studio B on the campus of Woof Boom Radio. I'm Steve Lindell, wearing orange today as requested by my sister Sherry. I'll tell you why in a minute. And a lot to cover this morning. This is the pre-feed before the actual show begins. On my headphones here, I can hear what's on the radio. Aiden Foster producing in the Axia Command Center. The opening billboard is going to start in just a minute, and I'll just be quiet right about now.
Now, new, live, and local, and every weekday from 8 to 9 a.m. This is the show talking about what you want to know, what you need to know, and part of Woof Boom Radio's mission to use our voice to build our community. The all-new Delaware County Today, presented by Muncie Community Schools. Now on WMUN, the Talk of Muncie. Here's your host, Director of News Operations and lead morning anchor, Steve Lindell.
Here we go, talking about baseball and the weather, the ups and the downs. Huge sports weekend on WMUN. Wearing orange for my sister Sherry today. I'll tell you why. In focus at 8:30, Hillcroft Services. And the local news summary in a moment. We spring ahead this weekend. Daylight saving time launches. Hi, hello, and good morning from Studio B on the campus of Woof Boom Radio, Muncie, Indiana, USA. This is Delaware County Today, starting with our weather, and he'll have updates all weekend long, hourly. He is WMUN's Paul Poteet.
Good morning. You're fighting fog first thing Friday. Warm weather already in place for this time of year, and we should go up to about 76 this afternoon. There will be some record highs threatened across Indiana today. 76, not much of a shower chance beyond something isolated until we get to this evening. Early evening shower storms possible then. Those will end in an overnight low of 65. Then tomorrow, widespread showers and storms. Few of them could have large hail and damaging winds. They may diminish by late afternoon, high of 68 on Saturday. And then we start to decrease the clouds Saturday night, low 39. Partly sunny Sunday, high of 60. Mostly sunny on Monday, and we get back into the low 70s. 70s again Tuesday, but with more showers and thunderstorms, rain Wednesday. And then it is going to be cooler. Highs only in the 40s by the time we get to Thursday. That's WMUN Muncie weather. And now back to Steve.
Glad to be with you here in Studio B on this Friday morning. Good morning, Coffee with Bill, friends. I see your agenda is big, full, and vibrant. Hey, Ed Canatzer, frequent listener, make sure that you are talking about the Ball State baseball launch, the most aggressive schedule we've ever done on WMUN. And we've got the first game today scheduled from Shebeck Stadium live on the WMUN. Remember, it's a 1 p.m. first pitch. The 12:45 pregame is here on WMUN. Now, our local news summary. These stories and more airing on all of our radio stations in East Central Indiana. And now for you on WMUN. More rain in the forecast. Maybe you need sandbags in Delaware County.
We have one at the fairgrounds with sandbags there as well. And we also have a newer location. It used to be out at, on 12th Street, but now we're out by the County Highway Barn on 32. There's a big sand pile there with some sandbags as well.
EMA Director John Catino urging you to take precautions against flash flooding before you need those sandbags.
Only about a third of countries actually turn the clock back or forward, depending on the season. In the last 15 years, a host of nations have ended seasonal time changes. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Dr. Harish Rao is the Associate Director of the Pediatric Sleep Program at Riley Hospital for Children. He says he's seen both kids and adults struggle in the days after they lost an hour of sleep.
People can lose up to 2 to 3 hours following the change.
He says it's important to make sure you relax before going to bed, and if you need to take a nap in the subsequent days, make sure it doesn't last too long or too close to nighttime, because then that can make the next night's sleep more restless. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
Hamilton County health officials warning spring break travelers as measles cases skyrocket across the U.S.
Nearly 1,000 cases have been reported so far this year, with a massive outbreak in South Carolina marking one of the largest in history. Jeanette Cruz, Network Indiana.
Amazing Joe's restaurant's move is getting closer. The target date and how the move will go.
In our minds, we are committing to mid-March.
Okay.
So we will close down at regular hours on Wheeling on a Sunday night. And then we need a few days to prep, a couple of days. So then we will open up regular hours.
Mike Robinson from WMUN 765BusinessJournal.com radio show this week saying once the decision is made, it'll take just 2 or 3 days to open with the same staff at the Muncie Airport. The Veterans Coffee Club invites all veterans to meet tomorrow and every first Saturday of the month from 8:45 to 11 in the morning at the Muncie, Delaware County Senior Center. Free donuts, biscuits, and gravy and coffee provided by the fire department. Ball State Baseball opens the home schedule this weekend with a 3-game series against Central Michigan at Shebeck Stadium. Cardinals coach Rich Maloney says their facility is ready.
There'll be some rain here and there, but with our fully turf field, I fully expect that we'll get all the games in.
Listen for game time updates and watch the socials. Hear the games on our WMUN radio. In a town still grieving the loss of 17-year-old Haley Busby, Fishers police say parents are finally waking up to the dangers of the digital world.
A Tuesday night internet safety seminar saw a record-breaking turnout as officers taught parents how to find hidden apps and secret photos on their children's phones. Sergeant Angela Ellison says the urgency has never been higher as predators often move conversations to encrypted apps where parents can't see them.
But just like we wouldn't leave our doors and windows wide open at our homes, why would we do that on the internet? And that's what we're doing when we just give our kids a device with no, parental guidance.
Jeanette Cruz, Network Indiana.
4 public candidate forums ahead of the May 5 primary. Star Press says the forums will be March 9, 16, 19, and 30 from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Unitarian Universalist Church on West Bradford Drive. You have about 1 month to go. Registration deadline for voters, April 6th. You can also go to indianavoters.com.
Miami of Ohio isn't exactly known as a basketball powerhouse, but the 19th-ranked Redhawks are chasing basketball immortality. They're looking to complete a perfect 31-0 regular season against MAC conference rival Ohio University. Coach Travis Steele explaining his team's mindset to the Fox Sports Update.
Our mentality in this deal is we want to leave no doubt.
Gonzaga is the last team to complete an undefeated regular season in 2021. Bobby Knight's Indiana Hoosiers were the last team to finish an undefeated season and win a national title 50 years ago. Frank Lanza, Fox News.
IU football coach Curt Cignetti wins another award this week from the Indiana governor.
Braun says the Sachem Award is Indiana's highest honor, and he gave that to Cignetti for what he calls his inspirational leadership and service to the state of Indiana. The Sachem is reserved for people who have profoundly shaped Indiana through character, leadership, and service. Braun is also giving the entire IU football team the Sagamore of the Wabash, which goes to people who have rendered distinguished service to the state or its citizens. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
You can't help but notice the totems on I-69 about Ingalls. They've been up since Thanksgiving. Town manager Neil Stevenson told our Oldies 101's Anderson Journal Morning Show they took a while to clear, but they were built very quickly.
It took us about 17 months to get through the permitting process through NDOT to get the permit to put them up, but once we got that permit, we were able to get them constructed and erected pretty much in 2 days. So they weren't there, and then they were suddenly there.
Madison County Judge Angela Warner Sims has denied the complaint on procedural grounds, an effort by Republican County Commissioner candidate Michael Gehringer to be returned to the primary ballot. Gehringer was ruled ineligible by the Madison County Election Board. The Herald Bulletin says Gehringer has filed a motion with the Indiana Court of Appeals.
Iran is showing no signs of surrender, firing on Tel Aviv 8 different times today as the country's foreign minister said of the possibility of a U.S. ground offensive into Iran that it would be a, quote, disaster for the United States. As President Trump said today that he'll need to be involved in selecting Iran's next leader.
Boys basketball postseason continues tonight with the Muncie Central Bearcats against Mount Vernon, also with radio coverage of a to-be-determined area sectional championship game on Saturday night. Our Oldies 101 will be in Elwood tomorrow night for the sectional championship game there. Pregame 6:45 p.m. There's video for all those high school ball games from Woof Boom Radio Sports. More local every day on woofboomnews.com and on WMUN News Radio. Updates all the time on woofboomnews.com and our munciejournal.com. We got a lot of .coms going on. Steve Lindell live on 92.5 FM, 1340 AM, and all the rest. For those watching on the video replay from Studio B on the campus of Woof Boom Radio and WMUN, the reason I'm wearing orange today is for my sister Sherry. She reminded me that March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. So I'm doing that for her and anybody else that needs the help and attention and support in that regard. I do see my sister listening. Well, I don't see her. I wouldn't be surprised someday. Here's that map again. This is all of our 6 formats of the Woof Boom Radio group. You're zoomed in on the U.S. of A right now. Sister Sherry is in the way upper left-hand corner there, Portland, Oregon. San Jose, California, I see Louisiana listening. Is that the Shuffs? The Vera Mays creators that I'm sure are saddened by the fact that that is no more. Vera Mays downtown Muncie closed abruptly. Still haven't gotten a comment on that, and we're still seeking. Florida listening. Mama in Minnesota, right in the center of the map. Chicagoland or Addison, Illinois. I got a whole bunch. If you zoom in on Indiana there, some outside of the FM and the AM terrestrial listening area. They like to listen however they like to listen. I say they, I mean you, talking to all of our listeners on this Friday morning, March the 6th. From Studio B, there's a YouTube page for that. You'll be able to see the orange shirt replayed on the video. Sister Sherry, I may try and send you that link again. I've sent you a link a couple of times. Mama in Minnesota, I've sent you a Facebook Messenger of the video link replay too. I know you don't look at Facebook a whole bunch, but there's just a little link from me. It's really me, not a robot, if you want to click on that and see what you can see. Replay, of course. All right, let's get a snapshot of our day today.
It's March 6th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. It's National Dentist Day. For many of us, a trip to the dentist is something we dread, but properly taking care of our mouth and teeth is extremely important. Without dentists, imagine what our smiles might look like or how painful cavities would feel if not properly treated. They send us reminders about making appointments to make sure our pearly whites remain pearly white. So the next time you go to see your dentist, which normally is only 2 or 3 times a year, say thanks. Also on this date, in 1951, the trial of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg gets underway as the couple is tried for spying for the Soviet Union and providing them with sensitive material, including nuclear secrets. They would be executed for their crimes in 1953. If it's your birthday today, you share it with the man who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo, born in 1475. I'm Tushar Saxena, and that's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
On WMUN, 92.5 FM, and all the rest. Thank you for listening. Tell a friend to do the same thing, and the YouTube page is free and easy to get access to, youtube.com, and then search for Woof Boom Studio B. Woof Boom Studio B. And those are separate words and letters there. Don't squish them together. But I bet YouTube would probably be smart enough to figure it out. In, 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little longer, we'll have Kurt Darling in here with a Friday hit with all things sports of all sorts. We've got a huge sports weekend that starts tonight, or this afternoon, I guess. 5:30 is the start time for the boys basketball game that we'll have the Woof Boom Radio. And we're going to have that one on special frequencies. Our Blake FM, 96.7 FM and 102.9 FM. They start at 5:30 with the pregame on that one. Kurt will explain the who's and where's and how's and what for's coming up, including, but not limited to, our coverage that we're really excited to start up, our most aggressive campaign of Ball State baseball. I've worn red, cardinal red, a couple of times this week with guests in studio as our coverage launches at 1:45 this afternoon from Shebeck Stadium, presented by Automatic Pool Covers. How about this weekend? If you need more to do, let's go to the movies now.
Fox on Film.
I'm Michelle Polino.
I am a monster.
In theaters, The Bride follows a lonely Frankenstein played by Christian Bale who travels to 1930 Chicago to ask a groundbreaking scientist to create a companion. The two revive a murdered young woman, and the bride, played by Hamnet's Jessie Buckley, is born. What ensues is beyond what either of them imagined, following outlaw lovers in a wild, combustible romance.
But we've done it, Mabel.
Pixar's Hoppers introduces Mabel, an animal lover who seizes an opportunity to use new technology to hop her consciousness into a lifelike robotic animal, an adorable beaver. In limited release, Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, Cillian Murphy returns as Tommy Shelby, who comes back from a self-imposed exile to face his own demons and choose whether to confront his legacy or burn it to the ground. And streaming on Netflix, War Machine with Dennis Quaid about elite rangers facing an unimaginable threat. That's Fox on Film on Fox News.
From WMUN, updates right around the top of the hour from Fox News Radio, weekdays and weekends, because news, as you know, happens all the time. Ball State men's basketball end their season tonight right here on WMUN. Mark Forrester has the call of that one. Basketball presented by Pride Mark Construction, and we appreciate their support and so many others for coming together to help us to bring to you Cardinal fun. They are Muncie's team, all of them. And we've got a lot more fun coming up with the baseball season launching at home this afternoon and this weekend. I'm Steve Lindell, live from our Studio B location for WMUN's Delaware County Today. We have more coming in a moment right here on WMUN.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You know that chair you sit in for the game and somehow wake up in hours later? That's the Z-Cliner by FlexSteel. This isn't just a recliner. It's a sleep chair built for real comfort. The Z-Cliner smoothly reclines into a zero-gravity position, giving you the support you need whether you're watching the late game, taking a quick nap, or sleeping through the night. FlexSteel combines the comfort of a premium recliner with ergonomic support designed for long periods of rest, not just sitting. From your head and shoulders to your legs and lower back, the Z-Cliner is built to help your body relax the right way. It's perfect for movie nights, overnight guests, or anyone who wants the flexibility of a chair that truly does more. And because it's FlexSteel, you get durable craftsmanship, smooth motion, and lasting quality you can count on. Watch in it, relax in it, sleep in it. The FlexSteel Z-Cliner. Your seat, your sleeper, your comfort zone. Find it at FlexSteel retailers nationwide at zcliner.com/Dan Patrick.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell, presented by Muncie Community Schools.
That is the voice of our Tom Campbell, who is probably listening right now somewhere on the interwebs. We're in Studio B. You can watch what we're doing. You got to replay it for now. We will have a YouTube live function up and running. We're still working on some of those pieces and parts. We know that it's kind of fun nowadays to have a visual depiction of different ways to consume media, so that's why we use our voice and our faces now to build and connect our community. Some are saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Lobby.
Congress is all about setting precedent. And at first, congressional Democrats were reluctant for former President Clinton to sit for a deposition before the House Oversight Committee about the Epstein files. That's even though the panel approved the deposition for the former president on a bipartisan basis. The presidency is a special fraternity, and even President Trump had sympathy for Bill Clinton appearing before the Oversight Committee. Quote, "I don't like seeing him deposed, but they certainly went after me a lot more than that," said the president. But congressional Democrats strangely warmed to having former President Clinton appear. Republicans may have succeeded in getting what they wanted in the short term, testimony from Bill and Hillary Clinton. But Democrats appear to be playing the long game on this one. There's a precedent now, said California Representative Robert Garcia, the top Democrat on the Oversight panel. "We want President Trump to come in and to testify under oath in front of the Oversight Committee. But now there's a precedent for presidents or former presidents to face congressional depositions, and Democrats hope that that works in their favor." With the Speaker's Lobby, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
On WMUN, this is Delaware County Today from Studio B, Wolf Boom Radio. We use our voice to build and connect our community. Sometimes I even look at the proper camera. There's 4 or more cameras in this studio. Somebody asked, I think it might have been Gary Joseph. In fact, it was. He's the host with the most on the WLBC Live Drive Home Show on one of our big radio stations. He said, why don't we give the folks, the people, a tour, a video tour of this place. It's a great idea. Just haven't gotten around to it, but we should. Doggone it, we should. It's 8:25. We started with some fog around here this morning. It's gotten better as we've moved through the later hours so far this morning, and any scattered showers we should have might happen between 10 and 4 p.m., isolated after 4. Clouds more than anything. 76, the game day high for Ball State baseball. We will be bringing you that coverage. Ball State baseball chirp chirp. The Cardinals are on the Wolf Boom Radio. We're in the Studio B location here. You can go to our YouTube page if you haven't already. You can follow that for free and watch all the video content that we put up and around, including this show daily. We had a wonderful time covering yesterday's event on location for Delaware County Today at the State of the Community event. We hope that you enjoyed and learned some of that. If you didn't catch it, you can replay it and everything that we do. It is posted right now for you. Just go to WMUNmuncie.com. You'll look for Delaware County Today's version of March the 5th. That was our special broadcast yesterday for that particular event. All right, now from the Did You Know department.
Fox Facts.
Early March marks the birthday of a device that completely changed how humans connect, the telephone. 150 years ago, on March 7, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell was granted a U.S. patent for a device that could transmit the human voice electrically. Just 3 days later, he made the first successful call, telling his assistant, Thomas Watson, quote, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." At the time, many people thought the idea sounded ridiculous, and some scientists believed voices could never travel clearly over wires. The earliest phones didn't dial, you had to go through an operator, and long-distance calling didn't really take off until decades later, once stronger lines linked cities. That single patent filed 150 years ago launched a communication revolution that eventually put a phone in nearly every pocket on Earth. Matt Murphy, Fox News.
Sure sign of spring. How about the Delaware Country Club opening today for their first rounds of golf for members, and they're accepting new members all the time. They are a sponsor of WMUN and Wolf Boom Radio. Steve Lindell here. Coming next segment, we'll focus on Hillcroft Services, and we'll tell you why with a very special interview and guest segment. That's next on Delaware County Today from WMUN.
Here in Muncie, we know what it means to show up for one another. We celebrate our wins, big and small. And when times get tough, we lean in, not away. At WMUN, we're more than just a voice on the radio. We are your neighbor, your friend, your connection to what matters most. Every morning, we wake up with you, sharing the stories of our city, highlighting the heroes you don't always hear about, and cheering on the teams that carry our hopes on their shoulders. This isn't just news and sports. This is home. From the streets of downtown to the heart of Delaware County, we're here because you're here. Thanks for letting WMUN be part of your day. We're proud to be your hometown station.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. You ever feel like running a business is just nonstop? Every day's game day? That's why going pro with Lenovo Pro just makes sense. You get real one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and gear that's built to help you stay ahead of the competition. So whether you're scaling up, hiring up, or just trying to keep up, go pro. Because when your tech works harder, your business does too. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. So sign up free today at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mist tints. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowes.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowes.com/same-day delivery.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell. Presented by Muncie Community Schools.
Here we are from Studio B on the campus of Wolf Boom Radio Group. WMUN and Wolf Boom Radio have 2 monthly grant awards, the original Hometown Hero of the Month, and then the newer version, the Delaware County Special Needs Prom and Events, by the way, as you may know, is the benefactor of that one for our month of March. The newer grant program we have that you'll hear about right now with the former retired voice of Ball State women's basketball on WMUN, Jay Garrison.
All right, airwaves in action for the month of March is Hillcroft Services, well known around here, and I've got 2 special guests in studio, Sarah Krebs and Marissa Carr. We'll get to Marissa coming up in just a bit. Sarah, what's your role and responsibility with Hillcroft?
I am the marketing coordinator at Hillcroft.
All right, so what is Hillcroft Services? Where do we start?
Hillcroft's mission is to provide innovative services and support for people with disabilities and their families. And we have multiple services that we provide. We have home and community-based services, therapy services, transportation. We have ABA services if you have kids with autism. We have 2 ABA clinics, one here in Muncie and one in Pendleton. And then we also have employment services. And we've been very lucky with our employment services that we've had great partnerships with businesses and organizations in the community. They've allowed our clients to come in and do job shadowing and even get jobs at their businesses.
And this is a special month for you guys.
Yes, March is Disability Awareness Month.
And how do you celebrate?
Disability awareness is very important in educating our community about the potentials and the value that those with disabilities have and raise awareness about the barriers that they face. So we try to remove those by educating the community. It's a time to promote inclusion, accessibility, and focus on abilities and not disabilities.
I was going to say if there's any negative stigmas that you guys have to battle, and I'm sure you kind of just explained it right there, that, you know, these are good, hardworking people that can help people.
Yes, like I said, we have people in the our clients in the community working. Brian, one of our clients, he works at Wendy's. The community members go in and they like to see Brian, and they just, I mean, it's stories like that that make our work. That's why we do it.
Yeah. And speaking of why you do it, why do you do it? Like, why is this important to you? Why did you come to be in this role?
I've always been in jobs where I want to give back to the community, and I think a lot of people with disabilities, they do have so much to offer, and it's just, like I said before, educating the community that these people are part of our community and accept them, and like I said, focus on their abilities and not their disabilities.
We're going to talk to Marissa here in a moment about things going on, upcoming events and stuff like that, but how can people help you?
One of the big things we have this month for March is our vendor market. We have another great market this year. We have close to 100 vendors. It takes place March 14th, 10 to 3 at 501 West Air Park Drive. That's the Hillcroft Services building. It's a rain or shine event because it is a nice indoor area. We have free entry. We'll have raffle baskets. Thrive Credit Union is partnering with us this year and just gives a chance to come out and support Hillcroft and see what we do, see our building. But it also, we have amazing local vendors that you can support as well.
Do you have volunteer opportunities?
Yes. We're always looking for volunteers. Right now we have volunteers coming from Ball State, but if you are in the community and you can volunteer, you want to partner with us, we're always looking for ways that we can partner with the community and get our clients out there.
And certainly you'll take donations. How can people do that?
Yes.
And where does that money go?
That will be Marissa can talk about that.
All right, let's bring her in now. So you are Marissa Carr, and your job responsibility is?
That's right. I am Marissa Carr. I am the Director of Development for Hillcroft Services. Many people understand that as fundraising, which it is a big part of my job. But development also speaks about developing relationships, developing partnerships, developing awareness about Hillcroft and all the wonderful things that it does in the community.
So I asked her about, where money goes and stuff like that, how people can give. So talk about that.
Certainly. Probably the easiest way to donate is to go on our website. We have a button right at the top of our menu, Support Hillcroft. And from there you can either click that and it'll take you straight to a donations page, or you can look through and decide where you feel you would be best served. We have a lot of different options, a couple of which I'll talk about coming up. But we have corporate partnership opportunities, partnership availability with nonprofits, and my personal favorite is our monthly giving option, which you can do anywhere from $10, $15, even $50 if you feel so moved. And what that does is that provides the most reliable and consistent way to know that every single month your money is going toward a great cause. As always, you can go to our website. My contact information is all over there, or you can just call the Hillcroft main line and ask for me, Marissa, like Melissa, but with an R, and I would be happy to answer any questions you have in regard to donations.
I don't know that there's a better discount card around here than the Hillcroft ice cream card. I love that thing. Tell me about it.
Sure, I think anybody who loves ice cream will love this card. One of my favorite things about it is that there are a number of really good discount cards in the community, but this one gives you discounts not only to Muncie eateries and Muncie dessert places, but there really are regional options. Ivanhoe's has a deal on there. There's a couple of places in surrounding counties. So this, if you really love dessert, and I think that people love dessert in general, and you can find something on there that's close to you, maybe try out some new place, all while supporting Hillcroft.
Where do I get one?
So there are a number of places that you can purchase the ice cream cards. Again, those are available online. You can go to hillcroft.org, hillcroft.org/ice cream, all one word. And there is a form on there you can fill out to have one shipped directly to you. You can stop by our building and purchase one there, or you can go to a number of places in the community and purchase them, among them Thrive Credit Union, Three Rivers Credit Union, First County Credit Union, and Studio One Hair Salon. As a note, if you are a business or nonprofit in the community that would like to be a host site for some of those, we're always looking for places to set out our ice cream cards. They're very popular, and it's a great way to give back.
And no doubt you'll have them at the golf outing coming up. When's that?
Hillcroft Golf Outing is our biggest fundraiser of the year. This year it takes place on May 14th and 15th at the Players Club in Yorktown.
And how do people get registered for that? Or you still need teams, I assume, and sponsorships?
Yes, we are looking for sponsorships and teams this year, like all years. And you can sign up at hillcroft.org/golf. Or you can give me a call and we can discuss if you're interested but want to know more about the team options, the sponsorship options, or if you're just new and want to know more about Hillcroft in general and the specific ways that this golf outing will support us.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Sarah. Why is this work important to you personally?
Personally, this is important to me because everything that I've ever done in my career, similar to Sarah, is all about access, giving people access to opportunities to make their lives better. The people that use our services are wonderful, contributing folks with a lot of gifts and talents to offer Muncie and Delaware County. I love that Hillcroft is a method and a means and a way for people to get jobs, for people to experience and express themselves through music and some of our other programs. There's really no other nonprofit that holds a candle to it that does what we do in the community, and I'm always proud to represent it.
All right, Sarah and Marissa, thank you for the time, and go Hillcroft.
Go Hillcroft.
That's Jay Garrison interviewing our benefactors of the Airwaves in Action grant for this month. Our grant application process is underway for the new year to come, the fiscal year of monthly winners. Go to any of our station's websites and pull up that application, fill it out quickly, and get it to us so we can consider you as well. I told you, we have a huge sports weekend coming up. Kurt Darling next to talk all about it on Delaware County Today from WMUN.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency this week issued a permit for an underground carbon capture and sequestration project at the Cardinal Ethanol facility in Union City. The permit allows One Carbon Partnership to construct a well to inject up to 450,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide annually for 30 years. Local officials expect the project to spur economic development in Randolph County by supporting local jobs and attracting private investment. Dr. Phil Lau, a longtime Purdue University researcher and a giant in Indiana's life sciences industry, has died. Lau spent his career developing therapies for the treatment of various diseases, including many cancer-fighting drugs. He held more than 100 U.S.-issued patents through Purdue and is listed on 600 U.S. and international patents, as well as 145 invention disclosures. Phil Lau was 78. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
Gardening season is just around the corner. Get a jump start on your garden with quality burpee seeds at Menards. Choose from over 400 varieties of flower, vegetable, and herb seeds on sale now. It's the perfect time to plant seeds indoors and have them ready for spring. Start your garden off right and save big money on burpee seeds. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell, presented by Muncie Community School.
And now we go to the two-shot here in Studio B. That's Kurt Darling right there with sports of all sorts, our sports director. Just a little busy, you and the crew,
just
right,
a little,
Kurt?
just a little bit, and no one running around with like chickens with their head cut off. At least not in theory, anyway. But either way, it's been a fun week.
The only way we're going to be able to keep this square is to go chronologically. If
Let's
that's
do
okay
it.
with you.
I like chronologically.
Let's start with today and the launching of the Baseball Go.
So yeah, we're launching our baseball coverage today. Mick Tidrow, Jim Lees, you're going to be on the call later on this afternoon, right here on the Talk of Muncie, WMUN, and so yeah, they're going to be facing Central Michigan to open up MAC play, opening up MAC play right here at home at Shebeck Stadium, and yeah, it's going to be a fun time. So pregame starts at 12:45, first pitch at 1 o'clock, and after that, it's just a fun field afternoon of baseball out at Shebeck Stadium.
All right, presented by the all automatic pool covers friends and Michael. Is it Michael or Mike Shebeck? I'm trying to get that straight.
For him, I talked with him yesterday, and he's fine with Mike.
Okay, good.
So I'm able to call him Mike.
Well,
I don't know about you,
you're
but
Kurt Darling. You're Wolf Boom sports director Kurt Darling. Now that's Baseball today, we said chronologically, so then we would go to tonight at Worthen Arena next, maybe?
That's right. We also have Ball State in Central Michigan as well. It's going to be closing out the regular season for the Ball State men. Certainly a tough result here this week, given the fact that UMass won, so that means Ball State's likely out of the MAC postseason tournament. But either way, on to next season.
Yeah, the path to the postseason we have confirmed is now ended for the Ball State men. The women, a different story. That's a Saturday game. I said chronologically. We're still on today. So we have high school basketball tonight and a special broadcast location for that one on the radio waves.
That's right. We're going to be at Greenfield Central. Muncie Central taking on Mount Vernon in that sectional semifinal. And when you're talking about Mount Vernon, you're always talking about one Luke Ertl, who's likely going to be Mr. Basketball.
How good is he?
He is incredibly good. We actually had him when they played Yorktown the other night. He went for 20 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds, and that was a slow night for him. So the kid's good. He's going to Purdue for a reason. But the Marauders are more than just Luke Ertl. They have a kid named Max Vise who's a really good big man down low. And for Muncie Central, it's really going to be interesting how they're going to able to use what they're good at, and that's running and speed and moving the basketball around to try and negate what the Marauders do. But it should be a good game. But the Bearcats playing tonight. It's going to be a 5:20 pregame start with a 6 p.m. tip-off over on 96.7 and 102.9 Blake FM because of the Ball State coverage on MUN.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the record as saying the Marauders is probably one of the best team names that I've
I'm sure there's a lot of Harry Potter fans who like that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Kurt Darling, Wolf Boom Sports Director, is our guest. We're in Studio B for Wolf Boom Radio's WMUN in Delaware County today. Okay, so we got high school tonight. We've done today and tonight. Now we're on to Saturday. So what's the chronological next thing there?
So Saturday is going to be another fun-filled day. We're going to have also, obviously, the Ball State women. They're playing on WERK, so we'll have that coverage as well. Ball State baseball, again, I'll be on the call with that one along with Jim Leisure. They're going to be playing Central Michigan again. And same time, same place, 12:45 pregame and 1 o'clock tip-off. Hopefully the rain stays away, though. There's a lot of rain in the forecast this weekend, but luckily it's a turf field out at Shebeck Stadium, so at least field conditions aren't really a worry. It's more of the lightning that might be an issue with that one.
Lightning's not good for anybody.
No, it's not.
Not the broadcasters either.
Well, especially when they have aluminum bats that they're swinging in the air as well. So, but either way, first pitch for that one at 1 o'clock. You can catch that one right here on the Talk of Muncie WMUN. And then later on that night, I am going to be booking it to Newcastle because hopefully we will have a Yorktown Delta championship game in the sectional final. We'll see what happens with that one because Delta and Yorktown both play tonight, and hopefully they can come away with victories in their respective games and meet in the championship game at Newcastle. So that's the plan for Saturday.
Does everything all happen at once?
It does. This week it does anyway.
And we love it. WMUN and our radio and our video crews are flying all over the place. A lot of this stuff has video also. Like always, if you're not accustomed to it, just go to our socials. You can click on the easy links to find your way to see these games too. All right, aside from all of that, have we covered everything broadcast-wise over the next 48 hours?
Well, we still have another baseball game Sunday.
Well, you're right. You're right again. Go ahead.
Another baseball game Sunday, 12:45 pregame, 1 o'clock tip-off at Shebeck Stadium. Hopefully the forecast is going to be better for that. And if we don't get the game in on Saturday, we're likely looking at a doubleheader on Sunday.
And when Coach Maloney was in here in that chair earlier this week, that was a couple of days earlier weather, but they watch that stuff very closely for obvious reasons. He was, and as you mentioned, the turf field matters a lot. That he was very, very confident that they'd get all 3 games in some way, shape, or fashion.
And I have to say, Rich Maloney's confidence in his forecasting abilities probably almost rivals that of Paul Poteet. So yeah, that's either way. I spoke with Rich Maloney yesterday afternoon on the phone, and I asked him like, hey, what's the possibility that we may have a doubleheader on Sunday? And he's like, we're going to get that game in on Saturday. He was adamant that they're going to get that game in on Saturday. So hopefully that holds true.
Meteorologist Maloney there reporting for WMUN. Anything we haven't covered that you'd like to talk about before you get even busier, Kurt?
Well, obviously, Colts offseason is working right now, actually.
Yeah.
You have them possibly looking to shop Zaire Franklin before June 1st because,
really?
Unfortunately, they have to make some cap room because if they want to keep Alec Pierce, they're going to have to overpay him. And that's the kind of the predicament that they find themselves in now, having transition tag Daniel Jones. So when you have that going for you and you have a wide receiver like Alec Pierce who had a season like he did last year, you could only do one or the other. And they chose Daniel Jones to at least solidify the quarterback spot. But now Alec Pierce could be an unrestricted free agent here next week unless they're able to come to a long-term deal within that time span. In order to make room for that long-term deal, they're likely going to have to trade Zaire Franklin or somebody to make about $5 million worth of cap space. So
where do you think Kyler Murray lands, if anywhere? And don't say baseball.
Baseball.
They're talking about it.
I heard that he is a hot commodity in Minnesota.
I did too.
So he may go. He may be going to play in the purple and white for you and for your Vikings up there in the homeland, so to speak. So you have Kyler. Yeah, but Kyler Murray going up there. You could possibly see Geno Smith going up there as well. But either way, I would imagine that Kyler Murray's days in Arizona have come to an end.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a foregone conclusion. I'm wearing the orange today for my sister Sherry in Portland, Oregon. She's listening because Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. The color is orange. He's wearing the red because he's all about the Cardinals and everybody else. He's Kurt Darling, sports director. Thanks for the time, buddy.
Thank you, Steve.
We're going to come back with our next thing here. Nancy and I were just discussing this one the other day. What Dr. AI recommends.
This is House Call for Health. The growth of artificial intelligence has helped in many industries, including healthcare. ChatGPT recently launching ChatGPT Health, a medical-focused version of the tool, with the company calling it a dedicated experience that securely brings health information and intelligence together to help patients feel more informed, prepared, and confident navigating their health. But a study by the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai finds it failed to recommend emergency care for a significant number of serious cases. The lead author telling Fox News Digital, right now, no independent body evaluates these products before they reach the public. Fox News senior medical analyst Dr. Mark Siegel, who was not involved in the study, says it's important research because while large language models can triage clear-cut emergencies, they have trouble with more nuanced situations. The study is published in the journal Nature Medicine. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
On WMUN, this place is called Studio B on the campus of Woof Boom Radio. You can see what we're doing shortly after this show ends every day. We upload that to our YouTube page. That is youtube.com. And look for Woof Boom Studio B. Woof Boom Studio B. We also try to send the link out on our other social media platforms. But don't forget, when you watch one of those videos, click the follow button and just fill in the blanks. Then you'll get a notification so it's easier to find next time around, or save it as a bookmark, or ask a kid for help. That's, always a good idea as well, because kids, they can be tech support, can't they? Yes, and I think they should. All right, next item, let's go racing.
Fox in the fast lane.
Tyler Reddick is on a heater.
No one has ever done it. Not since 1949. It happens today. The repeat for Tyler Reddick. Now 23-11 in Toyota.
That was courtesy of Fox as Reddick won the Duramax Texas Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas. With the victory, Reddick became the first driver in NASCAR Cup Series history to win the first 3 races of the season. Reddick's 11th career victory was his second at the Texas road course, and he now owns a 70-point lead over 23-11 teammate Bubba Wallace in the standings. Shane Van Gisbergen, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, and Michael McDowell rounded out the top 5. The Cup Series now heads to Phoenix Raceway for the Straight Talk Wireless 500 on Sunday. Hendrick Motorsports driver Alex Bowman will not be competing after being diagnosed with vertigo. For Fox in the Fast Lane, I'm Joe Morgan, Fox News.
WMUN hourly updates from the Fox News Network. News happens all the time, and there's a lot happening in our world. Now, from the 2021 archives.
The Dean's List with Janice Dean.
Good Samaritans who helped police officers rescue a baby makes today's Dean's List. An 8-month-old girl and her mom are on the road to recovery after a heroic group of bystanders and police officers rescued them from beneath a vehicle that had crashed through the window of a New York barber shop. Officers were getting breakfast at a bagel shop nearby when they heard the crash. When they went to investigate, they found the 36-year-old mom in the wreckage with her child trapped under the car. With the help of strangers, they were able to lift the car off the baby and help her and her mom before transporting them to an emergency care center. A video posted on YouTube by the Yonkers Police Department shows body cam footage of the incident unfolding, including the heroic moment the group lifts the car off the crying infant. Everyone is fine, and it's a miracle they all survived. Thanks to the quick thinking of brave officers and the bystanders who helped out. Janice Dean, Fox News.
Thank you very much, Janice. Wearing orange for you, too. Steve Lindell here from Studio B on the campus of Wolf Boom Radio. We use our voice to build and connect our community. Baseball coverage today at Shebeck Stadium, presented by Automatic Pool Covers. The basketball tonight on WMUN for Senior Night, presented by Pridemark Construction. Our teams are ready to go, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Back again Monday morning as usual. Make us a habit. Steve Lindell for Aiden Foster, my producer in the Axia Command Center. Thank you for listening to Delaware County Today on WMUN.
As you know, managing maintenance, repair, and operations is never easy.